Okay, I want to put a disclaimer on the video. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a midwife. I'm not a medical professional or profession. I'm not in that profession. But I'm a mom. A mom of three. At least I know I have something I can talk about being a new mom or the skills of a new mom. And this video is based on that, on those basis that I'm a mom, and at least I can say something about being a mom, about the skills a new mom uh, has to know, or rather they must know. Yeah, enjoy. Good evening, guys. My name is Imelda Onjeri. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the new skills a mom has to learn, or the new skills a new mom acquires. More often for the first time moms. The first skill I want to talk about is nappy changing. So nappy changing, first and foremost, we have to discuss about poop. What should the poop of a newborn look like? The first day, the poop is usually dark and sticky and tar-like. Why? Because the baby has from the womb, and that is what they are digesting. So the poop is dark. After 3 days, the baby's poop change and it starts to get to dark green. Why? Because milk is getting absorbed in the body of the newborn. From there, in about 5 days, the poop changes to yellow mustard that is quite runny and it is grainy. It has some curd-like substance. That is after 5 days, and it's so yellow you won't miss the color, and that is now in 5 days. After nappy changing, we have nappy rash. What causes nappy rash? Retention of moisture in the nappies or the diapers. So note, you don't have to keep the baby for long hours with a diaper. Change as often as you can. Once the diaper is soiled, ensure that you change it immediately. So what can help in an irritation just in case there is a nappy rash or diaper rash? First and foremost, the nappy creams or the diaper creams, the rash creams, they help, they come in handy. Secondly, keeping the baby open for some few minutes or hours, or maybe an hour or so, just to let the air come in and go out, and that will keep the place quite dry. And you put a Macintosh under the baby to avoid some accidents happening, and you'll be good to go. So the thing is to make sure that you change the baby as often as you can. Keep your creams closer. Always make sure that the baby, you aerate them, and every time you change the baby, dry them as much as you can. You don't retain moisture. Moisture is what will cause a nappy rash. The other skill that you have to learn is cord care. In most hospitals, like a new mom, you're given a solution to clean your cord, to clean the cord of the baby. More often, they give surgical spirit. In other hospitals, they give isopropyl. It depends with what hospital you went to. And as long as you've been given that solution, make sure you make good use of it, and prepare your cotton wool in form of balls. And once you wipe the cord stamp, once you dump that wool, you wipe again, you dump that wool. You don't have to you must not repeat the swabs. That might give an infection or spread around germs, and it will delay the healing of the cord. So be very keen on that, and also make sure that when you're putting on the diaper, that you don't wrap the diaper on top of the cord strap, because this will keep it moist. So you have to open it and or rather you fold it so that the place can be as dry as it can, or rather you let the air circulate around that area, because you don't need that place to be moist. All right, to avoid infections. More often the cord might fall off within 5 to 7-8 days, and you'll be good, right? The other skill you have to learn is swaddling. Swaddle is for security. Why? We try to mimic the womb of the mother. Once the newborn is here, the environment is quite confusing. In the womb, they were quite tight and together, but in the new world, they throw their hands, their legs, and they might end up hurting themselves and they get confused. So it's important to swaddle the baby so that you keep them warm, keep them like together, right? Swaddling, there are usually so many tutorials of how to swaddle a baby on YouTube. You can go ahead and search for that. I'm sure you'll be taught well on YouTube. The next skill you have to learn is bath time. What do you need to know during bath time of a baby? The first few days of a newborn, you must not dip them in water, because either way they are not dirty. And in most hospitals nowadays, they clean your baby, they wash them for you, they give them a deep bath for the days you're in the hospital. So when you come home, I don't think it is necessary for you to dip the baby until the cord falls off. So make sure that you keep the baby dry, and what you do is you sponge bath the baby. Sponge bathing is whereby you dip a sponge in water, or rather a face cloth. You soak it in water, squeeze out the water, and then you can pat the baby as you wash them all over the body slowly when they are lying somewhere warm, like on a towel or on your bed. You don't have to to dip them in water. You don't have to give them a pool bath, if I may say so. How do you start bathing the baby? You start with the eyes. Remember, again, you have to have your cotton swabs, or rather your cotton balls that you've made for yourselves. Take one ball or one cotton swab, dip it in the warm water that you've prepared for the baby, wipe the eye and damp it, and then get another one, a separate one, wipe the other eye and damp it. You don't have to mix the two. You must not mix the two, because you might also end up giving the baby or transferring infections from one eye to the other. So, and after that, then you always begin with washing the eyes, and then you wash the hair. After washing the hair, the eye, face, and then the hair, and then now you can go in to the body, and you start with the neck. You wash the folds. Remember, the folds are the neck. You go on to the arms. Remember to concentrate also on the folds, because remember the baby is skinning off, and that skin tends to collect or to gather around the folds. So you have to make sure that you concentrate on the folds, and as well as drying time, or rather when you're drying the baby with a towel, make sure that you also concentrate on the folds, so that the water or the moisture that was retained there, you dry it off completely to avoid giving your baby some infection on the skin, or rather some rashes or irritation around the skin. The skin is quite sensitive at this point, so be very cautious. And also remember not to leave your baby unattended during this time, because they're new. You just can't leave the baby in water. You just can't leave the baby at the edge of surfaces. They can roll out. Remember, in the first skill we said, the second skill about swaddling, they're in a new world. They were used to being held together. Now they're in a completely new world where there's a lot of space, and they can throw one arm, and incidentally or accidentally they might roll over. So be very cautious. Don't leave your baby unattended. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.